Hi guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and in honor of the Oscars that airs on February 24th, I thought it would be a fun idea to look at the nominations, discuss a few snubbed nominations, and get our opinions out on who we think is gonna win each category. And who the Academy might vote for, because if we know the Academy, they don't usually go for the popular vote, or at least that's my opinion. Like, I was very surprised whenever I heard the Oscar nominations for this year, because every single movie on that list I have at least heard of, or I've had friends who've seen it, or there were like they were all amazingly campaigned, with the exception of a few that I haven't heard being campaigned a lot, as well as a few surprising nominations. I mean, whoever thought that Netflix would actually get nominated for an Oscar, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But, yeah, I'm surprised. Like, the Oscars actually did a 180. I was all like, oh, well, here comes the Oscars again. They're gonna nominate a few films that only, like, I would say, like, 40% of us have heard of. I don't know if it's just me, like, or everyone I talk to, but everyone I talk to never really hears about these Oscar nominations until it's time for the Oscars. Like, we won't hear about these nominations until, like, November, December, and then suddenly these movies are, like, popping up everywhere. And it's just, like, I don't know. But, yeah, I was actually surprised this year, because every movie on this list I have heard of. So, let's get started on the Best Picture nominee. So, the nominations are Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. Now, for Best Picture, who I think is gonna win, I think it's gonna go to Green Book. Like, I was discussing it with my dad whenever I was reading nominations, and, like, I was reading all these nominations, and while it could go to Roma, because this movie just blowed up out of nowhere, or even A Star is Born. I feel like A Star is Born would also probably win it, as well as Bohemian Rhapsody. I think this one is gonna go to Green Book. I have, like, even though I haven't seen it, I have this really strong feeling that it's gonna win. Bohemian Rhapsody might win because, of course, Queen. A Star is Born may get a few nods too, especially in the, Best Original Song category, I think it is. I think Shallow definitely is gonna win that one, but I'm not sure it's gonna win Best Picture, even though I know so many people who love A Star is Born, and it was in their top movies. I still haven't watched Star is Born, so don't come at me. I'm sorry, but, I plan on watching it pretty soon. I'm in, like, the middle of Black Panther, like, 40 minutes in. But I think Black Panther is gonna get, snubbed all night. I don't think it's gonna take, like, any of the nominations, but I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. BlacKkKlansman, I'm not 100% sure of either. The Favorite might be one of those, it's nominated for a lot, but it's not gonna win anything. As well as Vice. I don't think Vice is gonna win anything, but we'll see. But as far as Best Picture nominee, I definitely think it's gonna go to Green Book. And then the second runner-up is definitely, like, gonna be Roma, because I feel like Roma's gonna take the Best Picture award, if not, like, the Foreign Language award. Word, I'm not too sure about that, but we'll see. Actress in a supporting role. We got Amy Adams on Vice, which is my dad's nomination. We got, of course, if I botch any of his names, I'm sorry in advance. We got Marina de Tervera in Roma. We got Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk. We got Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel was in The Favorite. I feel like I don't really know who the best supporting actress is going to go to in this category. I have a strong feeling that Morena from Roma is going to win the best supporting actress category, if not Regina King. I don't think Emma Stone or Rachel Weisz is gonna win it. My dad is hoping for Amy Adams, and I feel like Amy Adams could have a shot, but they've snubbed her in the past, so I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. So, the next one is actor in a supporting role. We got, excuse me for totally botching this name, but Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for Black Klansman, Sam Elliott for Star is Born, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. I feel like, I know who I want to win. I want Sam Elliott from A Star is Born to win, because I feel like he deserves the award, but it might go to Mahershala Ali for Green Book, or even Sam Rockwell for Vice, but definitely Sam Elliott. I'm gonna go with Sam Elliott for this one. I feel like A Star is Born has gotta win something, and I hear he was fantastic in this role, so I'm gonna give it to Sam Elliott. Actually, even though I think Mahershala Ali is actually gonna take it home, I'm gonna go with Sam Elliott. Best foreign language film. We got... I am so sorry for butchering this. Capernaum? We have Cold War, Never Look Away, Roma, and Shoplifters. And, well, I think Roma is gonna win, and for sure take home at least Best Foreign Film, because, of course, it's nominated for Best Picture. Why wouldn't it win Best Foreign Film? I think it really, depends on how many SAG Awards it wins, because I feel like all these actors are gonna go to the Oscars and think, well, Roma just won a bunch of SAG Awards, and if we vote for Roma, it's gonna look like we're favoriting it, and if it wins Best Picture this time, then it would just seem like we're snubbing all these other foreign language films that have a lot of potential. So, instead of Roma for this one, which I definitely think is gonna win and gets my vote, I'm gonna go with Shoplifters from Japan, because I've actually heard about this movie. But the other three I haven't heard of, but I'm definitely gonna go with Shoplifters for foreign language film, even though I think they're gonna not give Best Picture to Roma and they're gonna give it Best Foreign Language Film because it deserves it. But we'll see. Documentary short, Black Sheep, Endgame, Lifeboat, A Night at the Garden, and Period and Sentence. I have actually not heard of any of these documentaries, so this one is gonna be a random. I'm gonna pick A Night at the Garden, because it seems very ominous. So, we'll pick that one, even though I don't know what it's about. Documentary feature, Free Solo, Hale County this evening, Minding the Gap, A Father and Sons, or RBG. I haven't heard of any of these, so I'm guessing RBG is gonna win it. So, Best Original Song, we have All the Stars from Black Panther, I'll Fight from RBG, Shallow from A Star is Born, The Place Where Where Lost Things Go for Mary Poppins Returns, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings by the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I think this one is gonna definitely go to Shallow from A Star is Born. I feel like the song has blown up everywhere, and I've actually never really heard All the Stars from Black Panther, even though that might have a good chance of winning to it. Or it might be from RBG, because I'm not too sure about this one. I feel like Shallow is definitely gonna get it, though. I feel like Shallow deserves to get it because of its hit, like, click points from YouTube. But, we'll see about that. I'm pretty sure Shallow's gonna win because A Star is Born was such a big movie last year. And I feel like it would just be a crime to not give it a single award. I know it's gonna piss off a lot of, why does Lady Gaga call her fans little monsters? Yeah. I feel like it'll piss off a lot of people, myself included, because even though I'm not a faithful fan of Lady Gaga, I've only listened to a couple of her songs. I feel like she's got a good fan base, and she's got a good head on her shoulders, too. So I feel like she needs to win something. Best Animated Features, which I will be surprised who wins this one, because I have 3 movies in here, and I definitely want one to win. We'll get to it. So we got Incredibles 2, which I think is gonna win, but hold on a minute. We got Isle of Dogs, we got Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now for this one, my nomination definitely goes to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I definitely wanted to see this movie, but every time I had the chance to go, my husband didn't want to go, and I didn't want to watch this movie about him, so I didn't see this movie, but I know the storyline behind this movie, and I feel like it has good characterizations and a very important message, so I think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse definitely should win, but will it win is the question, because we have Pixar and we got Disney. I think Ralph Breaks the Internet is Disney. And I think Incredibles 2 also has a Disney thing, but, since both of them are Disney or Pixar, those 2 nominations, I feel like one of them will probably get it because everyone loves, and their mother loves Disney. But I definitely think that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse deserves to win this. Mostly because they have a better storyline than any of these other nominations. But who knows, maybe Mirai will get it. I have never heard of it, but it might surprise me. Anime has a huge role in our culture, so we'll see. Adapted screenplay, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Sorry if I'm butchering this name. Black Klansman, Could You Ever Forgive Me? If Bella Street Could Talk, or A Star is Born. Well, I think A Star is Born will probably win this. I feel like it's gonna go to Can You Ever Forgive Me? Because, this is one of the nominations that no one's really heard of. And Melissa McCarthy is actually nominated for an award on this one. But I feel like Can You Ever Forgive Me is definitely gonna win. We have Original Screenplay, which is First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, The Favorite, and Vice. And this one is a tie. I feel like Green Book or The Favorite is gonna win Original Screenplay, even though, I know the Academy loves their period pieces, so I'm gonna guess The Favorite for this one, since it was, the front runner earlier this year, but we'll see about that. Actor in a leading role, we got Christian Bale on Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star is Born, William Dafoe for At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, or Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. I feel like this one, I want to say it's gonna go to Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born, because I feel like he gave such a stellar performance. But, Rami Malek might, give him a run for his money for Bohemian Rhapsody. As well as Christian Bale. I feel like Christian Bale might get it also. But who knows? Maybe William Dafoe will, beat everyone, because William Dafoe is awesome. So, actor in a leading role. Actors in a leading role. Now, here's where one of the snubs comes in. I didn't like the fact that, Emily Blunt was nominated. I know they have had, like, in the past where they give, like, 6 actresses their due for, actors in a leading role, and I don't like how Emily Blunt was snubbed for this one. Because I feel like A Quiet Place should have had, like, at least one nomination in it, and I feel like she was really great in A Quiet Place. Also, we'll get to why other things that were snubbed in the director category. But, we got Yeltsin Aparicio for Roma, who I think is gonna get it, honestly. I think she's gonna win. Glenn Close for The Wife. Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born. Olivia Colman for The Favorite. Or Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me. So I think this one is gonna go to Yolazia. For Roma, I definitely feel like she's gonna win it. But Lady Gaga may give her a run for her money, guys. So, director, okay. I have, like, I don't, like, have major problems for the director category, but I feel like it was, I wouldn't say rude of them, but I feel like, one, they snubbed 2 very huge directors in this year. I feel like Bradley Cooper got snubbed for Best Director because he did take A Star Is Born in a really good direction for a lot of people. I feel like he got snubbed because A Star Is Born, this is the 3rd time remaking it, so it wasn't very original. But, like, the story is only as good as its director. And I feel like another snub for this category is, let me pull up his name. I know he played Jim in The Office. John Krasinski, I think? Yeah, I feel like John Krasinski also got snubbed for this category because A Quiet Place, well, not, like, hugely popular. I feel like that also got snubbed for Best Director. I feel like these two killed it in the director game, only not to be nominated. But let's look at the nominees. We got Black Klansman Spike Lee, Pal Pulaski for Cold War, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, or Adam McKay for Vice. I feel like Alfonso Cuarón is gonna get it for Roma, but I also feel like Spike Lee might be the frontrunner in this one for Black Klansman, because Black Klansman has gotta win something. I feel like Black Klansman is at least gonna win director, because I feel like Spike Lee, everyone and their mother loves Spike Lee right now. So, we'll see. Production design, Black Panther, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, or Roma. I feel like Black Panther might win production design because it's got a great production team behind it. So, we'll see about that one. Cinematography, we got Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star Is Born. I feel like this one is either gonna go to Cold War or Roma. Definitely, probably Roma. I feel like Roma is gonna take away all these nominations, and I haven't seen it yet. I've seen, like, the first 5 minutes of it, and I struggled through those first 5 minutes because it was just, like, watching her squeegee the floors. But, we'll see. Costume design. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, or Mary Queen of Scots. I feel like this one's gonna go to Mary Queen of Scots. I think they did a fantastic job for costume design. It might also go to The Favorite because the Academy loves their period pieces. And these two are frontrunners for it. So I feel like costume design is definitely gonna go to Mary the Queen of Scots, or The Favorite. Sound editing, we got A Quiet Place, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, and Roma. And this shocks me because A Quiet Place only got nominated for 1 Oscar, and it was sound editing, and I believe that because the Academy snubbed A Quiet Place entirely, and except for like maybe 1 or 2 categories, it's gonna win sound editing. Editing just for the atmosphere alone in that room. Like, if you watched A Quiet Place, I loved A Quiet Place, by the way. It was in my top movies of 2018. I'll link it down below if you're interested in seeing what my favorite movies were that year, as well as my least favorite movies. But I feel like A Quiet Place is definitely gonna win sound editing. Maybe it will go to Bohemian Rhapsody or Black Panther, but I feel like since they snubbed A Quiet Place entirely, it's gonna win. Sound mixing, we got Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, or A Star Is Born. I feel like this one's gonna go to Bohemian Rhapsody, honestly. Animated short film, we got Animal Behavior, Bayou, Late Afternoon, One Small Step, or Weekends. I feel like Bayou is gonna win. I've seen that animated short. Live action short film. Detainment, Fav, Margaret, Mother, Skin. I feel like, Skin might win this one, not sure. Original score, Black Panther, Black Klansman, It Bells, Street Could Talk, I Love Dogs, or Mary Poppins Returns. I feel like this one's gonna go to Black Panther. Visual effects. We got Avengers Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, or Solo A Star Wars Story. And I feel like I agree with Grace from Beyond the Trailer that it's laughable that Solo A Star Wars Story and Christopher Robinson got nominated for this category. Gory when these other 3 nominees are pretty good at their visual effects. I think this one, for the Shining scene alone, is gonna go to Ready Player One. Because, well, I watched this movie. It was one of my favorites of the year. I feel like it had great visual effects in it, and it was just so cool looking and immersive, and I feel like this one is gonna win. I feel kind of sad that Black Panther didn't get nominated for visual effects because this movie looks beautiful. I feel like instead of Christopher Robin or Solo A Star Wars Story, Black Panther should have been nominated for this one, but since it got nominated for so many other things, I feel like that's why I got snubbed for this category. But, Ready Player One is definitely gonna take this one. If not, Avengers Infinity War. Those are the 2 front runners I feel like, and I'm either gonna root for Ready Player One or Avengers Infinity War, even though I think they both have amazing visual effects. Film editing, we got Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, The Favorite, or Vice. I haven't watched any of these ones, so I'm not sure about the film editing part, but I'm gonna go... God, it's so hard to pick when you haven't watched these. I'm gonna go with Bohemian Rhapsody for this one. but we'll see. Makeup and hairstyling. We got Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice. I think Mary Queen of Scots is gonna win this one, or Vice. Not sure about Border. But that looks like that was it, you guys. That looks like that was all the nominations. So, that was all my nominations for the categories and who I think is gonna win. I would love for you guys comment down below and let me know who you think is gonna win or who you think deserves to win. Let's all play this game together because it's a really fun game to play, and I feel like this Oscars could be like the best one yet. I feel like so many things in this category actually deserve to be there. And I'm gonna find it interesting to see who's all gonna win these things. But comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Are you surprised about these nominations like I am? Or are you mad that art house films got snubbed this year? I would love to know your thoughts and feelings about all this. And sound off in the comments below if you think that any of these nominations are wrong. Let me know down below if you think anyone specifically got snubbed like I did. We'll see. We'll definitely see. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!